specializing in ServiceNow development, I would say. So on a robust technical foundation in the ITIL, and have also worked in wide variety of clients across the industries, like including financial, healthcare, and also telecom domain. I was also I was also responsible for working with ITIL environment. So over the years, I was working with a deep translation of technical solutions. So in this side, I also got good experience in setting up design and deployment of the various kinds of ServiceNow AI and process automation and designer. I've proven track record of IT, AM, and CMDB maintenance, like ensuring.
I think I get the gist. So can you talk about your last project that you worked on ServiceNow? And so what I want to understand is what the story was when you got to know about the story. What were your questions? What was the understanding? I want to understand the flow of what the requirements were and what did you do.
Well, so basically, like I would say, so in the previous project, the story was initially around the project in USA. It was undertaking the major modernization effort to consolidate several legacy customer service management and field service management platforms into one service, like now aiming for a unified experience across the department, including IT, facilities management, and also HR and operations. They were particularly focused on improving customer case resolution, time field technician coordination, and overall asset lifecycle management.
Right. But what was the build that you do? Can we talk about a bit more on technical side?
So on the technical side, like I would like to say, I did a couple of things in the last project. Like I started with custom application development. We had scoped apps. We developed the custom module under the scoped application for facilities support. Like that include a table for maintenance request, equipment lifecycle, and also site inspections. We also had access control lists and custom tool for technology managers and dispatchers. We also had UI policies in client script to drive like high level requirements. I also built new catalog items from scratch for field service work orders, and also preventive maintenance.
Did you work on any, was there any API development involved in that?
So, yes, like coming to the API development side, I was actually responsible for developing some of the custom APIs. So we wrote like created scripted REST API within ServiceNow to expose data into their actions from external systems. We created and updated work orders. And
what data was, sorry, can you explain this? Like expose data to external system. Can you give me some more details on that?
Basically, we exposed a couple of things inside to the external systems. Like the APIs were in having like impactful weight on this case. So we designed and implemented descriptive HTTP and service number, and exposed to expose case, work order, and asset data, and also external systems, including Remedy, Workday, and the IoT platform, ensuring secure and reliable data exchange, developing custom API and points to support real-time creation and
but API, I want to understand, as in what. So you generally develop APIs to exchange data, right? Now I want to understand from you in your use case, correct? When you were exposing some data to external system, how did you design the structure? What what did you think through to design the structure of the API to expose the data? As in, what are the things that were important to you? Because again, when you are exposing any endpoint, when you are developing it, right? What are the factors that you need to consider when you are developing any API for any external system?
So, when we are developing any API to develop with the external system, I would say we have to go ahead and look at a couple of things. We start with understanding the consumer system before writing the line of code. So we always start understanding who is the consumer and the API, what format do they prefer, and also what data do they expect to send and receive. So then I work closely with the consuming system team to define a clear and clean contact. So what are the options?
How do you handle failures?
So taking up the challenges, I handle it. In this case, we have got.
No, my question was, how do you handle failures in APIs?
I mean, we have to put like before any processing happens, we will check and handle the server side validation via REST API request, body data, and also the business logic failures, other validation logic failures may occur, and also we have an asset on in the CMDB and also check the duplicate record which already exists and user has no matching role of assignment group. So in this case, unprocessable entity for platform logs and returning request message response with meaningful response system, which is available, and also network timeout of the HTTP 500 from.
So are you aware of any ways? Suppose something failed due to network, right? And we want to ensure that without manual intervention, the API retries again. What are the ways wherein you can develop such an API?
So in this case, if you want, we can start by designing the API in a way that it is automatically used to retrieve, like we can have a custom set of framework. So first we log the field to a custom table and then schedule job or a scheduled script execution runs. Like take it like X minutes to retool these fields. So like retry this failed records. So on the success, the record is marked complete. On the failure, it says it is in the queue. For another standard of escalation, then we check for the last attempt in the timestamp. So in this case, which is fully automated, which can be done using integration hardware flow design.
That's fine. I think, I mean, you mentioned that. I mean, that is what I wanted to hear. You have a link here for a code share. Can you open that and open your screen? We can.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question. Oh, sorry. Can you control Z?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the question basically, right? So you have an input S, which is rat, right, and T is car. Now the output here is false, and I'll tell you why the reason is false, because it can only be true if all of these characters that are there in string S is also there in string T. It can be jumbled, okay, wherein because in this case you cannot form because this is like CAR, right? Like A you have A is common, but C and R are different, right? That is why it's false. But if T would have been something like TAR, then the output would have been true. Okay. So you got the point, right? Like what we are trying to achieve.
So this is JavaScripting, right?
I mean, you can use whatever language that you're comfortable in. But yeah, it's about how you can develop the logic for this. And can you walk me through before you write the code? And then what are you thinking?
Okay. So in this case, like I would like to say that in this approach, I will follow like I'll check two of the strings are anagrams, meaning they have exactly the same characters. The character appear in the same number of times. The order doesn't matter. Like I'll check the string lengths. If the lengths are different, they can't be anagrams. I'll return false like immediately and create a hash map to keep track of how many times each character appears in it. Like we'll subtract the character counts using the string t and go through each character in t, and then if the string is not counting one, it will also be a sub-zero and it will return false. So otherwise,
what do you have? Will it be able to handle duplicate characters?
So well, so if there are any duplicate characters in the string, like let me think, like I think yes, which will handle the duplicate characters. Yes, like definitely, yeah, it will handle.
Okay, can you write through the code?
Okay.
But I think you mentioned that you use a hash map, right?
Uh, so if there are duplicate characters in the strings, like let me check. Yes, which will.
I mean, see, the approach that you explained me, right, was that you will use a hash map, correct?
Okay. I think we don't need to use hash map. I think because this is much simpler, right? So,
but can we try by hash map as well? I mean, I want to understand that. See, my approach is what you are explaining me that the solution initially. Let's stick to that, and then we can talk about other variations as well, right?
well, okay.
You can come, use. You can start from line 23. That's fine. You can let this be. We can come to this later.
Okay.
Can you quickly explain what is happening here on line 32?
Like in the line 32, I would like to say like uh, um, we are actually setting the count here. So in this case, we are trying to put the current count of the character from the map of the character. Like it doesn't exist in the map yet. The count character gets returned undefined and defined with 0. So it results in 0. So the code reads it as if the character hasn't been set yet, and then it adds 1 to the count and updates the map.
Okay. And yeah, like the following lines as well. After that, what you are doing? Yeah. Just walk me through what you have written.
So after that, like I would like to say yes. The loop go through each character in the second string, and we now just need to compare against the character counts built from S. Then we'll check for the missing and over the use characters, and the line will perform 2 checks. First of all, it will return false if character wasn't in string S at all, and it will also check for the meaning that the character existed, but all the occurrences have already been matched up. So if either condition is true, we know that it has extra unmatched characters in this case. So the deployment character count, like if the sorry, if the character is valid and available, like subtract one from its count in the map to mark it as matched or used. Like if all the characters have match up correctly with S, and the loop finishes without returning false when S and T are anagrams, to return like true in this case.
Got it. Cool. And suppose, right, if in the requirement, it changed and we were given something like this, right? Like, can you go to line 6? That the the string, it's a list of strings, et, tan, 8, nat, bat, whatever, right? Now you need to give list of all the group anagrams that exist between the list of strings. So can you just walk me through, as in what would you do to solve this?
So give me a second, let me think about it. So okay, I think I would use a different strategy. Like I will do it in the order within the groups. Like we'll be using actually I'll be using a different function for that. So the sorted version of word will be used in this case. Like we look through each word, and then after that in the at the end of the loop lambda like finally to general uh, uh, we'll initialize the hash map. Then after that is done, we'll store the key, the sorted version of the string, and then it will read through each word in the input list and sort the characters of the word, like using the sorted string as key in the map. If the key doesn't exist in the map, we'll add it as an empty array, and then push the original word into the array, like for that key, and like return all the values from the map. And then like these values are arrays of the group dynamic, arrange dynamic, and then in this case like on the runtime. So
And can you, can you do control V? Let's keep what you have done. We can, just append and down.
okay.
Yeah. You don't have to write. I just wanted to understand your perspective. So what you're saying is you will sort the strings, right, and then make that as key, and then keep iterating and seeing if that key exists by sorting each characters, right?
So that's what yes, that's what I'll do.
Okay, yeah, I think that should work. But I want to now go over this, right? Like the specific solution. I want to understand, right? Like what were you thinking through when you wrote this?
Okay, so I would like to say, so in this one, initially what I did is I defined a function here. So my approach was that I determined whether the two strings are anagrams, meaning that they can contain the exact same sequence. If the two strings are not not of the same length, I'll do the length check initially and return false. So if they're not the same length because they cannot be anagrams, I created an empty, then I loop through the string for each character, like increase the count in the map inside that, and then compare the string again.
Can you tell me, what would happen? Can you tell me, like in the backend, how would the values get stored? So you have something, right, like you're basically doing what? You are taking the 0 plus 1, right? Like, what is exactly happening? Suppose we have 8, right? Like, just go to the basic example, right? Like, your S was this, and your target was this, right? So these are valid anagrams, correct? How would this value get stored? Now you're iterating through S. What is exactly? Can you show me in the in count how is it exactly getting stored?
Okay. So I want to go ahead and write that.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah.
So so uh, so the dot length will be 3. So then length will match, and then step 2 it will actually have to build the frequency map. So next for this case, we'll just use the count, which will be equal to
Got it. I think this is what I wanted to understand, this term frequency map, right? Like that is what, yeah. I think I'm good with this. Can you quickly talk about time complexity and space complexities for both of the solution and tell me which is better?
Okay. So that coming to the time complexity and space concept complexity, uh, like for I'm writing it as well. So for building an error, doing this, I think overall it will be often because in this case the frequency map stores counts for characters from S, and in the worst case all the characters in S are unique, which is like 26 keys. So if the overall lowercase characters, so space complexity will be constant because the number of characters are bounded and independent of the input size, uh, like a constant in the space.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm good now, Monica. Thanks for your time. Achal, you can take over. Yeah. Alright, thanks for Monica.
Okay. Hi, Achal. How are you?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Hey, Monica. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing good. Thank you. Let's get started. So, if you can walk me through your ServiceNow experience and what you have worked upon, and then we can get started from there. I have 9+ years of experience in ServiceNow. I was responsible, I was responsible for work in the USA. I was working on technical foundation and have deep understanding of ITIL based management. So over the years, I moved from implementing, customizing, and enhancing various ServiceNow modules. So notably incident change and problem management. I also have good experience in setting up the life cycle implementations like legacy and also integrations with performances like Expedity and REST. I also one of my key strengths is ability to understand the business requirement. I have also a track of ITAM and CMDB maintenance. So yeah, this is pretty much about myself. So ITAM and okay. So any experience where you have built the applications from scratch, or you have customized an extension,
yes,
or let's say you have implemented an ITSM or ITOM or AM, and you have built customized those implementation.
Yes, yes. Basically, so in the previous project, I was actually responsible for building various concept implementations in ITSM and other ITOM modules. Like in this case, like we started with service administration. I was partially populating the CMDB with asset data. And also we had to rebuild their ITM process and clean and reconsider the CMDB. And also, Okay, so let's say if I'll give you this instance details, and if you can log in to this instance. 1 second. Here you go. What happened, Monica? Okay. So I'm trying to see things. Have you created REST APIs before? Yes. Yeah, okay.
what is the 7 state, Monica?
So so basically, it is actually used when we are defining the incident query, which is numeric values, and it's duplicate one. So it means when you see this condition, it shows incidents marked as duplicate. So if you're looking in this case, to open incidents, you want to exclude them also. So this will actually only check for the incidents which are duplicates inside that on the application.
So state 7 is, so it checks for the duplicate, or what is the state? I did not get it.
It will actually check and excludes the duplicate. So when you see this, it exports incidents like marked as duplicate.
Okay. No, can you repeat that again?
I'm saying it will exclude them. It will. Okay. Yeah.
But is this same for everything, or for all the instances, or it is different?
I'm just defining the specific, API here. We have others like one is for new, and two is for the one in progress, and three is for which one is on hold. So I'm just trying to define a basic resource in the API.
Okay. But where are these states defined? Or where is this number defined?
So if this number is actually defined inside the runtime environment, like I would say this incident number is defined in a choice list associated with the state field on the incident field, incident and like and click incident open to like sorry in so in the application navigator, like we need to type the incident and click incident and open in incident record. So then we look at all the values for the dictionary entry from which there are choices related to forms for use. Can you show it where it is? Okay, let me go. Let's open up a new tab and I just want to make sure that it is 7. Can I compute this first and then I'll show you. Okay. Let us see. So what happens if user is not present, Monica? So if the user is not present, what happens is what will happen in the case of API, your current script will not explicitly check for that case, which can be maybe two. There will be two possible scenarios. So if the CIS ID doesn't match the query, it just returns zero incidents response. It will be an empty array. So technically nothing breaks, but it's not user friendly. It doesn't tell the API consumer that is empty. You can improve this by checking whether the user exists before querying incidents. So in this case, it will also return an error.
Okay. Let's go to the state, and if you can show me that, and then we'll open up a flow designer quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah.
So, like as you can see, you can check the dictionary entry and the state table. So,
Yeah. So, okay. Can you bring that up? But is 7?
okay.
I'm curious to see now. That how did you pick only 7 then?
So, I picked only 7. So before my like in previous experience, before I know duplicate, because referring to the default list state of values, the state field on the incident table is a choice field in ServiceNow. That means it will be predefined list of values in most default instances. Like there are 7 values which have defined. So when I said 7, it's because these 7 values are default choices for the state field, like in the incident records. So if one has
what is the value of closed then? Why are we not? Why did you not do closed as well, right? Because we only wanted to return their open incidents.
okay.
So what's the value of closed? Because there might be incidents which are closed and cancelled as well, right?
Yeah, that okay. That's a good question. So the reason is that your goal was to return only open incidents. So no open incident is typically defined as the one in the following states, like new, in Broadway, hold, or resolved or not. So when filtering for open incidents, you want to exclude these closed states like resolved, resolved, closed, and cancelled duplicates. So
Yeah.
my like my original script, I simplified the query with just incident query state as 7. That excluded only duplicate, but it wasn't a complete open filter. That's why I later suggested this with a better version, not in the so we can just use something like this, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So 4, 5, 6, and what are these 4, 5, 6, and 7? How do we confirm them?
Maybe like we can confirm these by sorry.
Yeah, can you go to the choice list and show me the values? What are these?
Okay, let me do it. I don't think we have it here, but I think before user is resolved is the priority, and then we have got and closed and duplicate. So in this case, in my original script, I excluded a duplicate because it wasn't a complete open filter. I think as even more to be more precise and a readable filter is to include only the like known and open values. I would like to say like uh, in the more precise values we can add more common filters which are added here. So we can define the values and then we can validate them depending on what else might be needed for the state values inside that. Uh, yeah, we should have these specific values which is uh, being used inside the other user values.
Okay. So, so let's say um, let's say you want to create uh, an event, right, to send a notification. So how do we do that?
Okay. So
Let's say, basically,
okay, create an event and to send a notification. So in the ServiceNow, when something happens, we'll actually create a new event definition, and then in the system policy events will be actually added to a new form. Like we'll have an incident created notification. We didn't have we don't have to leave the default values. Then we'll trigger the event, and in the business rule, like we need to trigger that event when something happens, like when a new incident is created, like system definition business rules, and fill the business rule form inside that, and then we enter the advanced web, and then we'll actually add.
Can you show it? Can you open it up? Where do we define it?
Okay, sure.
You don't have to define it, but just navigate through it. I just want to.
Okay. So we just have 4 minutes left. I'm doing it quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
we'll just click on the new incident form, and we will define the name, and then we'll define the table and the application, and leave and then leave default, and then from there they will also be able to validate the system policy for that. So
so let's say uh, so let's say now we want to build uh, a custom application where user will provide you the list of IDs, and from the ServiceNow instance, what is expected is system will take those list of IDs, then do a REST call to a different system, get the data, process it, and then uh, and then post it to a third-party system. So how would you do that?
So let me.
So where you will start from?
Okay. So let me think. So like we'll actually create a UI form in the input table to accept the list of IDs, and then after that we'll write a scripted API to include the processes in the list and the user's message to get the system call. Then we'll create the custom application for the system application studio, and then from there we have ID generation like data for the auto generated values. Then we'll create a table to input the list in IDs, and also create a label table rest to look records that is created a scripted API to send the user list ID of the JSON array.
Okay, so first, let's say on the UI, where will that UI be? What UI you will build?
Sorry, can you repeat your question? So
you were mentioning, right, building a UI. So what you will build? What are the different options?
So in the UI side, we'll have multiple things inside that. So